Dungeon dwellers and masochists rejoice. The Darkest Dungeon's newest dungeon, the Cove, is now live. Now we can finally scream in agony and terror on the coastline. The Cove brings in a new environment with new enemies and 2 new bosses. And it also patches up some new things as well. For instance, the heroes that you leave in town during an adventure will gradually reduce their stress, regardless if they're in an abbey or tavern. The roster size increased a little bit, trinkets have been overhauled, combat flow has been streamlined, and of course, more lines from the narrator. The Cove shares some similarities with the ruins, warrens, and weld. It has traps, writings, and altars that you can take a gamble on, but now most of them give you a debuff. Or a buff, depending on how lucky you are. The Cove is infested with aquatic atrocities, and many of them fit the Eldritch category. Don't rely on your bleed abilities here. Most of the enemies in the Cove have a high bleed resistance, but Blight is very effective. Some enemies you have to watch out for are the Pelagic Oracles. They're quite annoying since they can buff and heal their party. I recommend focus firing on them first. And then you have the Guardians with their interesting, giblets. They have a guard ability, nearly identical to the Man-at-Arms skill, so they are quite annoying to kill. Keep in mind, enemies that are protected by the Guardian will still take damage on their applied dots. Also watch out for stingers, they can paralyze you and stun you. Keep these tips in mind and you will leave the Cove in one piece. Maybe. Hopefully. It's really hard. Stay tuned for my next video. I'll be covering how to beat the Siren. For more content like this and for all your gaming needs, be sure to head over to Shacknews.com.